Alrighty, I am Sir Tap Tap, and this is another Metroid 2 remake. But it's not just any Metroid 2 remake. It is the one that, just like today, was kicked down by Nintendo, because they're a bag of assholes. And this is like the one that actually got to completion. They managed to shut it down, like, I believe within 24 hours of it actually... Someone has invited me to play Gary's mod. I don't think so. So yeah, I have played Metroid 2 briefly. I got the Spider Ball, and that's pretty much where I gave up. So for anybody watching the VOD, I can't provide a link to this because Nintendo took it down. Sorry. So I was planning to play this anyway and make a video probably anyway, but I just figured I'd do a little stream here since this is kind of this is preservation at this point. Fortunately, the game was actually released for a few hours before Nintendo took it down. That's right, Parker. And that means basically torrents and stuff will probably keep it alive for basically ever. Just harder than I would appreciate it being available. And updating will be hard and stuff. Numerous instances in the past have brought to light the highly destructive nature. Hoping to secure peace in the galaxy, the Galactic Federation orders the extermination of the Metroid species. Yes, Parker. I was the best candidate for the job. Parker, please, calm your orgasms. Once again, I find myself standing alone against the Metroid menace. What horrors await within the depths of their homeworld, Parker? Hey, son. Get down. Just sit. Actually... Screen. Okay. Now the chat's still in the... Chat. You're gonna go... Missiles and health isn't important. That's where you're gonna go. Alrighty. So, this is Metroid 2, the remake. There was a demo out for this a while ago. I actually downloaded the demo, but never played it. And like I said a few minutes ago, I played Metroid 2 on 3DS actually. LB aim diagonally up. Ooh! Okay, so it has in fact the Super Metroid aiming system. I know that there's a bunch of changes this makes to the controls and stuff. Like I said, I'm going in blind, so actually, let's take a look. Oh, there's a place marker? Really? Oh, that is cool. So, a big reason for this remake is that it adds a bunch of stuff. Oh, it adds lore and stuff, too. It adds a bunch of this stuff, like the real map, standard Metroid-style map. It even has a little place marker. I've seen this in a few Metroid games. And it adds some new controls. We can see there's pretty good display options. This actually also supports controller better than most Steam games from, like, you know, like even AAA projects. It's kind of embarrassing. We've got all these options. I'm gonna leave everything pretty much default. Control options. So it lets you choose whether you want to do certain changes they have here, like 2 buttons. Aim diagonally. I think this is aim up or down to choose direction. Yeah, I think that's the way it was in the original game. So yeah, that's probably, you can probably play this pretty much like you'd play the original game. But kind of the point of remaking the game is that the game Metroid 2 suffered a lot because of the Game Boy's controls. And yeah, a lot of people are talking about, oh, they reused assets and stuff. A lot of the assets and stuff in this game, yeah, I'm sure they, you know, touched upon the original assets from Metroid 2, but you know, there weren't full color sprites of all of these dudes, and I'm pretty sure these are much higher resolution, and there's a lot of really amazing stuff in it. It's not like a simple, you know, slapdash thing, which I'm sure you will see as we play. Sorry if I ever go the wrong way. This is almost my first time playing Super Metroid or Metroid 2. Like I said, I got that That good old spider ball, and then I had absolutely no idea where to go, and yeah. Missile door. Oh, hey, I have missiles. How do I fire? Ah. Oh, good. It's one missile to a door now. I forget if Metroid 2 had that or not. I know Metroid 1 didn't. Oh, that's our new save thing. I don't know. I'm not really going to speculate on Nintendo's reasoning. If you know me, you probably know that I strongly disagree with Nintendo's decision here. Oh, this is... Hello, first baby Metroid. Hey, buddy. Ah, right. I actually like these controls better than Super. I always thought Super... I know it's sacrilege to say, but Super, I don't really like Super's controls. Mostly the up and down aiming. This works a lot better with the two shoulder buttons. The thing about Super Metroid, it kind of ran out of buttons, and that's why it has that whole big long list of thingy dingies. New log entry. Oh, hello. Massive cave systems located between two tectonic plates. That sounds safe. Largely flooded by an extremely dense and caustic substance similar to magma. Oh yeah, so they did add lore. It's basically what you can infer from the original game. Recent earthquake has altered the cave layout, and the hazardous substance is drained to lower levels. The cause of the earthquake is unknown. Orbital scan of SR-388. No instability within this region. Alrighty. So, what was I saying? Yeah, like I was saying, the Super Metroid, if you've played Axiom Verge, that has even more buttons than Super Metroid by a lot, well, a fair few. And it still kind of runs out of buttons. There's kind of no amount of buttons that is enough when you have all the, tools to switch to. But I really like how Axiom Verge does its sort of radial menu for the switching guns. And it happens to, well, it fits all of its tools Axiom Verge does on just 2 buttons. And, standard, jump around buttons and stuff. The original Super Metroid, it had way too many things, and I think the Game Boy Advance games actually fit their controls a lot better on. And rockets are more of a toggle instead of selecting through a big old list. This seems like it, I guess I can't say too much until I find some more weapons. I forget if Metroid 2, like the title says, this is basically a blind playthrough, so I'm not entirely sure how all of the upgrades are handled. But anyway, my point was that at least so far, I'm liking this control scheme a little bit better than Super Metroid's. Super Metroid was a little bit limited by the SNES controller. Definitely my favorite controller of that era, one of my favorites. Forgiving it for its button count, but the button count was definitely a little bit limiting. Though not nearly as much as the NES. I kind of can't really enjoy NES games too much because of the whole basically 2 buttons thing. Yeah, you can use start and select, but it's really hard to use those for gameplay stuff. Yeah, some companies would talk with the fan creators and try to get this, publish this as a real game. I seriously doubt Nintendo ever talked to anyone before doing the DMCA takedown. That's just not really what they do. And this is a free thing, no money was exchanged hands here. And if I recall correctly, Metroid scan for Metroid. Oh, I like that little Metroid scan thing at the bottom. Hey, it's a Metroid or it's a Samus. I just called Samus Metroid. Why can't Samus crawl or Metroid crawl? I can't even meme right. I'm sorry. Come on, tell me that is not a Samus bug. Yeah, Nintendo's Nintendo's the crazy uncle. Sometimes they have fun games. Sometimes they are, screaming at a dog in the alley while naked. There's pretty much only those 2 states for Nintendo, unfortunately. And in my opinion, they've been screaming at the dog a bit too often these days. I'm so glad that this auto climb is a thing, because for some reason there seems to be a lot of jumps that are exactly 1 pixel, or 1 tile off of what I would have done. And yeah, I'm definitely disappointed at how Nintendo has handled the Metroid series. I didn't want to talk about that too much because I wanted to just talk about having fun with this. The sprites for everything. New log entry. Oh, cool. The temple stands at the base of a hollow mountain. The statues, carved stones, and its solid design attest to the structure was built to be a sanctuary, possibly with religious significance, opposed to all those, you know, atheist sanctuaries with creepy statues. The temple has withstood the test of time, showing the building knowledge and experience of the Chizo. Hello, SeaWorldGirl. Scans indicate the presence of stationary robotic entities. Oh, I remember those. Placed at strategic points in the structure. No control signals are detected. The units are operating autonomously. So yeah, the lore is basically them piecing together the logic of the original game. Because yeah, the sort of structure was in Metroid 2, and so were the robotic things. They just sort of pieced together their own lore. And, you know, fairly logical stuff so far. Oh, pfft. Forgot about that, dude. At least start without bombs. I guess we do. You have no idea how glad I am to have this map. It hasn't really become a factor yet, but as soon as I got the spider ball, I was horribly lost in the original. Pretty good music too. It's X and North Pole. Oh, right, here's where we get the bombs. Yep, some more missiles. Someone remind me, did Metroid 2 just have one missile per door? Is Metroid 1 the only game that forced you to shoot 5 missiles? That was pretty... Wait, did Super require you to shoot 5? I think it did. This is the little Metroid staple, Metroidvania staple in general. Whenever you give a player new power, you gotta trap them in an area until they use it. Otherwise, they'll never learn. Oh, hello, energy tank. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with the old Metroids either. I honestly, Metroid 1 and 2 are the only ones I have not beaten. I don't tend to, like, I beat Zero Mission. It's a little different from Metroid, well, it's a fair bit different. But, it's mostly a Metroid. Not familiar with the primes? Oh, the primes are good stuff. I have some complaints about basically every Metroid. You know, nothing's perfect. So I have some complaints here and there, but I wouldn't really say there are any Metroid games that are bad, considering their age. Metroid 1 and 2 are a little hard to go back to. Is this? Okay, I must have gone a little farther than the spider ball. I'm sure I played a little bit farther than that. Oh, you played them all. You're just not as familiar? Alright, how do I... What is the spider button? Spider button? Spider button. Okay, there we go. Oh. Directionality of the... Yeah, I remember this. I think actually even Super Metroid does that. Because I think super missiles are preferred in some speedrun settings to open a door because of the 5 missile thing. I forget. I could be thinking of one. I know one requires 5 missiles for a door. But that's definitely a trend that died out. It's just busy work. It also makes missile management a lot more annoying for speedruns. Well, you can get Prime Trilogy for 20 bucks on Wii U now if you have a Wii U. I'm not sure how good the motion controls are for the first 2 Prime titles. I keep forgetting how to use that dang all the missile button. I'm not used to this game having more than 2 buttons. Well, start and select. I forget I don't even remember the control scheme of the original anymore. It wasn't particularly great. It was, you know, you try fitting Metroid on a freaking Game Boy. I can't blame them too much. Ah, right. But like the Game Boy Zeldas, at least for me, it really harms the experience, the button situation. Not sure if I can. Okay, there we go. Not sure if I'm even supposed to be looking up here. Oh, come on. I forgot you detach. I think I recall wandering around in rooms doing this a lot, and that was about the end of my Metroid 2 experience. Aw, crap. Okay, let's not do that anymore. Well, we're somewhere new at least. I love this map. Knowing that I'm somewhere new is extremely important. Okay, I'm getting some memories. Any stores require 5 missiles. Were those in the original? I don't recall those thingies. Is anybody having stream issues? My YouTube keeps doing it did once, the stream health okay thing. I never hear people complaining when it does that, but so, let's look at our map. Okay, I can continue further down the shaft then. Okay. Oh. It's just a walk through walls thingy. I've dropped 0% frames, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's no issues. Unfortunately. I kind of like that the game doesn't really freeze for very long. And doesn't... Actually, I prefer that it doesn't require a button input. That's obviously something. There we go. Cool enough. Oh, right. I was about to do a bomb jump. I'm bad at bomb jumps, my friends. Sorry. But, I can use Spider Ball at least. Buffering. Yeah, unfortunately, I think more buffering is just a natural result of the viewer interaction mode, like the low latency mode. I'm slightly tempted to turn that off just because I'm pretty sure I get pretty bad. Is this a tease room? Oh, it's a tease. How dare you. I mean, there's only so good of latency I can even have, so I'm kind of tempted to just go for the low buffering. Less buffering. What is this? That is. Oh! One-way door. Okay. Interesting. Oh. Charge beam. Okay, so the big upgrades require you to press a button, but not the minor ones. That's a good way to do it. Hello, no name. I believe you said your name was. Ironically enough. Testing if we can get under there. You usually can, or at least sometimes. I'm still adjusting the control scheme, but it is good. It is very good. Just not familiar with it. So, one-way door there. I do kind of wish these maps would mark stuff like one-way doors, or like... My favorite Metroid maps are the ones where stuff you haven't got is marked, and there's like an indicator when you're, you know, you didn't have a power to get here, basically indicator. And bombing everything is the basic go-to strategy. So need to go this way. Speaking of Metroidvanias, very different looking game and themed game, but RabiRibi is actually one of the best Metroidvanias I've played in years, and I include Axiom Verge in that. A very surprisingly well polished game. Alright, I have the charge beam now. Doesn't look that different, but it's a charge beam. Oh, you can do a charge barrage of thingies? Down. Alright. It's actually something I really like from Prime, is that it doesn't really excuse me, rely on the bomb everything situation of the original. I'm not a huge fan of the whole you gotta bomb all the things situation. And the X-ray visor doesn't entirely help, because like it just changes you from bombing everything to X-raying everything. But at least you can be sure. Not sure this is gonna work. You go away. It's not gonna work. Can I stick on here? What else? That's cute. I forget if that was in... Oh, that's from Super? So they added that, I guess. Or did they? Wait, why did I not go in here? Metroid. So it was first in Super. Yeah, they just added in here. I see you. Oh, that's just to get around a one-way, I guess. Environment. New log entry. This area spans a custom-built ecosystem that favors the growth of Metroids. The terrain system is dangerous. Tendrils growing along the ground release extremely corrosive chemicals. Opportunistic predators and scavengers can recognize this as an ideal feeding ground, taking advantage of injured or dead animals. The presence of at least one Metroid is expected when venturing these habitats. Tendrils are determined to be of artificial origin, synthesized through the technologically advanced methods, and absorb nutrients from dead matter. Hello, galvanized dreamer. Oop. Hello, vines. I guess the corrosive thing is a good explanation for why vines hurt Samus even through the, Oh, hello! Through the power suit. Excuse you. Get above me, you jerk. Get above me! There you go. Oh. They don't seem to actually have invincibility frames, they just kind of look like it. Is this a door? No. 2 more Metroids. If I recall, this game does some sort of weird gating system where you beat a bunch of Metroids and then another door opens. They're not like an actual door, but like something happens at certain points and you have to have beaten enough Metroids to progress. I've read a bit about this on the Metroid wiki. I always wanted to play it, but then actually playing it's a little hard. Excuse me, Parker. Ah, Parky! Bad timing. Also, dang, you start out with a lot of missiles. I think I got distracted, but yeah, RabiRibi is another Metroidvania game that I'll probably be playing on my YouTube channel pretty soon. I wanted to finish it before I did a playthrough of that. That's right, Parker. Because I don't want to get too lost there. Barky, Barky, please. Please. Sit, sit. Sorry, my cat is interrupting. Okay, here we go. Power suit or various suit? I would assume the power suit. Yeah, power suit. She usually starts with the power suit for unknown reasons. He's always losing that various suit. Dang, this game plays even when out of focus, which is a feature I wish more like AAA games and stuff would have. Oh hey, we're about to get all of the Metroids. Excuse me. Go bump major. Whatever, this is easier. Excuse you. Yeah, I figured if there was a story. I don't think there's a story explanation for the lack of various suit here. He just doesn't have it. I don't think Super does that either. Is he here? That's right, Parker. There's an earthquake or something. Because we killed all the Metroids. I don't actually know where that earthquake affected something. Not there. Yeah, we are officially in blind territory. I do not know exactly. Was it back here that I think that first area mentioned something about earthquake activity, so I think I'm gonna head back there and see if something's changed. Yeah, earthquake means the corrosive stuff got drained. I forget where I even saw that, but I'm pretty sure the lore that lore stuff is actually pretty helpful, because yeah, did the save things act as refuel stations? That actually really bugged me in Super Metroid that they didn't. I don't think they acted like that. I don't think they refilled your ammo and stuff in the original. Oh! Hello, first boss. Oh cool, there's boss text. This sentry deployed spike barriers and corners targets into its firing range. Its archaic design constraints operate at lower power, preventing simultaneous use of its shield and mobility systems. Its arsenal consists of energy weapons with unique patterns. The robot is calibrated to detect foreign creatures bearing stolen equipment. That's me. Recent earthquakes seem to have damaged the traction of the unit, and spike barriers, despite these complications, remains a considerable threat. So shoot it while it's moving. Got it. Save points weren't reloading ammo until Prime 1. Yeah, that sounds about right. Gotta love the doors closing in as you deal damage mechanic. Oh, hello. I'm sure if you watch the eyes a little closer than I am, you know whether to, there we go. You know, since she was raised by Chozo, I mentioned this on Twitter, but do you think Samus ever makes like weird bird sounds whenever she's like startled or something, like how people swear in their native language? Ah, here's where the lava drained. Okay. Yeah, this is a super professional remake, and it doesn't have any of the trappings of like awkwardness. Like maybe there's some things that I can see Nintendo probably not doing, like the lore. And some of the shot trails for the missiles here, you know, those aren't those are a bit more smooth than, you know, pixels. Like it's not native resolution. I'm sort of iffy on stuff like that. I'm not sure I'd say it's bad, but it doesn't always look super great. Sometimes it does. But I mean, most fan projects have like some real major rough edges. This is amazing stuff. I forget if I mentioned earlier, but I believe this project was going on for like 10 years, and that's gotta be devastating to, you know, you release a project after 10 years and Nintendo shuts you down in 24 hours. I mean, but I don't really want to dwell on that. We all know the story. What is this? Sure, that's there. Oh! Oh, it's a platforming puzzle. And those spikes will knock me off. Okay, I don't think I can do that puzzle yet. Not really puzzle, more of just a standard platforming challenge. But yeah, can't do it yet, I don't think. 9 years? Close enough. This is really great stuff, and they mentioned tragically in the blog company, I was reading chat. In the blog post, they mentioned that this was not going to be the final release. This is just the first, like, acceptable release, you might say, and they're going to add some stuff. I forget exactly what. They took down the blog post now, so I can't see it. Scanning environment. 7 Metroids detected in area. Oh. I gotta say, I don't really like the spider ball. I think it was used well in Metroid in the Metroid Primes. I don't think I'm supposed to do this. No. I need space jump or something. I think it was used well in Metroid. Was it in Prime 1? Yeah, I think it was. It was definitely in Prime 2. It was used well for the like specified tracks, but just climb around every surface of every room. No. In fact, I think it was using it way too much when I first played this. Also, one funny thing about the first couple of Metroid games, they have these infinite enemy spawners, and those basically... Excuse me. Oh, hello. They basically act as, you know, health refills and stuff, but it just takes so long to actually refill from them. It makes so much more sense to have the save stations refill your stuff. I think it was. And yeah, I kind of agree on the, well, I said that on Twitter earlier. Nintendo, kind of a scummy company in a lot of ways, but they make great games, and I don't want to rant too much, but... The massive facility at the center of this reservoir filters and pumps water through enormous pipelines. These pipes come out of the complex and disappear into surrounding rocks, presumably to supply other buildings further down the cave system with clean water. Though abandoned, most of it remains functional. Erratic activity detected inside. And if anybody's not familiar with the drill, I will post this video on my YouTube so you can see any parts you happen to miss. And since I started streaming this, I'm not sure if I'll stream the whole game, but I will record the whole game and upload it to YouTube, just for preservation's sake. Oh, I love the destroyed save room. I've seen a few games do that. I don't know if the original did this. Yeah, I'm in blind territory, so I can no longer determine what has changed and what isn't. Oh, hello. It's like a little dragon turret. Hello, friend. Those are cute. Oh. Just so happens there's a fixed save room right across from it. That's convenient. Yeah, it's... No, I'm not afraid of that. Like, because the thing with DMCA stuff, it's arguing they're using their content. So, you know, me playing a video, or a video of me playing a video of a game using Nintendo stuff, that's not really, copyright-wise, it's not really any different from me playing a Nintendo game with Nintendo's IP, you know. Technically, it's all the same, you know, it's their product either way, and if it's not a problem, not a big problem, with normal Nintendo stuff, it should be fine. Either way, for the sake of preservation and my general stubbornness, I'm more than willing to risk it, so I don't really worry or care either way. You can usually tell when a thing is a bomb block. There's just some puzzles and stuff where there's usually not too many things I don't like hidden item-wise in Metroid games, but there's almost always a few that are real... Excuse me? Oh, don't tell me that doesn't persist between screens. It does not. Wait, does it? Hang on. Okay, never mind. I must have just bombed or something. Alright. Not sure the... Oh! Not sure the secret there. Huh? Oh! Perhaps this is the secret. No? That's just a return. Which... Didn't Super do the thing where you power-ups float towards you when you charge? I like the Robo-Gibbs things have. I kind of wish the missile button was L2 or L1 like it is in Zero Mission. I keep expecting it to be that, and it's not. It's B on the Xbox controller, and I don't really know why. Oh no. Okay, let's just go in. I think there was precious secrets. Oh goodness. What's this malarkey? Okay. Oh, hello. High jump boots. There we go. I knew it. Very often one of these. Oh, hello. This is one of the things that's very satisfying, like, over the whole series to, you know, realize how secrets are usually held. And, you know, even across different Metroidvania-style games. You know, there's always, you know, you gotta check every power-up room, you gotta check if there's some way. What do you, oh, right. I keep forgetting. I knew I was gonna do that. Alright. First game to use it was Prime 1? Really? Huh. Okay. Nope. And we're in. If it weren't streaming, I'd probably rebind some of the controls just a teeny bit so I could spider ball. Well, actually... Oh, no, I don't have that mapped. I would just want to map some things so I can use the rear paddles of my controller. So like, currently using the D-pad and the, excuse me. There we go. Using the D-pad and activating the spider ball are a little difficult. Well, no, it's jumping using the D-pad and using the spider ball. That's like, you know, that's 3 actions at once, so it's a little on the iffy side. Oh, this wasn't a secret. You can just destroy any of these pipes. I got it. I got it. I'm really tempted to talk about Rabby Ribby and rave about it, but I think I'll save that for when I'm actually playing the game. So it'll be easier to talk about things. Okay, now. Give me your secrets. Oh, whoa. This is a very spacey jump. Actually, it's more the morph ball. It's the morphing into the ball that throws me off, not the input for spider ball. Oh, right. Oh, I love that climb. Was that climb in Metroid 1? Or isn't that from Zero Mission? At least I don't remember it being. I don't remember it being in any game before Zero Mission. Could be wrong. Huh. Rude. I see your secrets. Oh. Never mind. I don't see your secrets. I see that secrets, though. I see at least 50% of secrets. It's good enough for me. Lines from Zero Mission, yeah. Yeah, this pretty much does, like, everything right. It's really impressive. Forget how to. I'm so not used to the spider ball because it's not in any of the other, not in this form anyway, any of the other Metroids. Oh wait, that was a room we were already in. Wait, there's a thing in here? Also, could it just be me? This seems a lot easier in terms of missile count and health than the original, but I could have just missed some early on secrets. That's just a missile thing, so I'm not gonna worry about that. It's fine. Ow. I know there's some puzzles we missed earlier that we couldn't do. Oh, that climb is really a lifesaver. Except when they haven't cleared enough of a path for it. There we go. There we go. Oh, bombs are oddly effective for those. Usually don't bother with bombs for enemies. Oh, hello. Oh, one ways? How are you gonna do me like that? Excuse me. Alright, let me guess. Yep. What's this? Okay. Huh. That's cute. Shouldn't you be at Kirby Cafe? I wish I was at Kirby Cafe. That place looks so amazing. If you haven't heard of Kirby Cafe, just Google it. Oh hey, Wave Beam. Yeah, Kirby Cafe is this thing where, well, it's Kirby Cafe. I mean, you can pretty much guess. But they have all this new art commissioned for it. And they have new music, and they have like drinks and stuff themed after Kirby, and everything looks completely amazing. And I need to be there, but I'm not, and it makes me sad. Was there? I think I can explore a little in here, right? Or am I trapped in this tube? No, I am trapped in that tube. Okay. But yeah, Kirby Cafe. I really want at least the soundtrack. I have to find some way to get that soundtrack. And they have these huge Waddle Dee plushies that if you go to the Kirby Cafe alone, you can ask to be seated with a Waddle Dee plushie, and it's just so cute. And Waddle Dee has a little like train conductor hat or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but it's basically amazing. And it makes me like, I really love stuff like that, but it's so frustrating because, you know, stuff like that, you know, it's inherently tied to, you know, a physical location. And of course, that physical location is going to be somewhere where like less than 1% of the like human population is going to be near there, no matter where it is. You know, you can put it in the biggest place in your country, and you know, the majority of people on the planet, you know, still don't realistically have a super big chance of being there. If anyone deserves in this planet deserves to be at the cafe, it's you. Thank you. If you don't know, I really like them Kirby's. Oh, is this the elephant bird? Oh, what are you? A territorial organism. Its armored hide is very resilient and requires at least a high voltage discharge to harm it. Attacking with anything less will only agitate the creature. When enraged, it will roll into a ball and attempt to ram its aggressor. Bombs might not be able to repel it in this state. Okay, so these are sort of hints, basically. Conductor Waddle Dee, yes. Its saliva has flammable properties, and its claws will vibrate at high frequencies to launch sonic waves. Its against attack has acquired a Chizo relic, granting it unnatural vigor. Okay. So you have to knock it into the electric stuff, I guess. Or can I just shoot it? Scream at me, why don't you? I wonder, can you do, Ow. I don't think I'm fighting this thing right. I don't think I'm fighting this thing right at all. I don't know what to do. What was I gonna say? Oh, come on, what is this? It seems like I need to knock it into the electricity. I'm not seeing any way to do that. Bombs, maybe? Oh, you bomb it up into the things. Okay, okay. Crisis averted. I say as my health is super low, but I saved. Whatever. Okay. Okay. I think I am supposed to shoot it to agitate it into that rolly pattern, though. Ow. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna win this one. It's okay, because I saved. Wait, what? Ah, there we go. I'm not sure how I'm gonna make that angle. Ah, for Pete's sake. Alright. Not a big deal. Just back here. Oh hey, the wave beam reveals, you know, the weird blocks. It's usually a power that does that. I think it's in Super the power bomb does that for everything that isn't, you know, a power bomb thing. Oh, so it goes up more every bomb hit, I see. Wave beam started doing that in Zero Mission. Yeah, I definitely don't remember it doing that in Super. I think it immediately detonates bombs too, which is useful. The bombs seem to just have a shorter fuse in this game. Ow. Rude. I rather liked Fusion. Aw, come on. There you go. See, no problem. I really like Fusion, like I said earlier. It really, Spring Ball, it really improved the control scheme. In fact, it, you know, it compresses the controls a lot, but it's a lot simpler to control than even Super. Like I said earlier, there's some issues I have with Super's controls. They're a little bit, you know, they kind of ran out of buttons, and they didn't know what to do with some buttons. And the arm up and down thing, I don't think was handled particularly well. But, oh. Here we go. I did not like that they deliberately made sequence breaking basically impossible. They even hid a cutscene. The one time where it looked like you could sequence break, the game's like, nope, go back and do it right. It's not quite that mean about it. It's like, hey, you found something that most players won't. How cute of you. But it still doesn't let you go on. But yeah, SAX was pretty amazing. It does do a lot of things right. It has some of my favorite boss fights for 2D Metroid too. I don't really think most 2D Metroids really do boss fights particularly well. Especially Ridley, he's kind of always a train wreck, frankly. There's usually a decent spectacle, but not really all that fun to fight, in my opinion. Because Ridley's just like a randomized pogo stick in Super Metroid, basically. That didn't do anything for me. This is what I was fearing when I loaded this up, that I would be doing this a lot. I haven't needed to do it too often, so that's fine. But, I'll deal with it this once. I think, I mean, that obviously we wouldn't have found that secret if I hadn't done this. Yeah. One thing an underappreciated thing in Metroidvanias is, you know, new traversal powers. When I saw Metroid, or Axiom Verge, I was really hoping it would have multiple traversal powers, and it does. It has really cool ones, by the way. If you're wanting some more Metroid, you definitely need to check out Axiom Verge, and I would also say Rabby Ribby and Bunny Must Die. 3 very, very different games. Axiom Verge obviously is the closest to original Metroid, like Metroid 1, not just Metroid in general, but very specifically Metroid 1. It has some really cool sci-fi, existential, glitchy themes, and I really like that too. I really like how it rewards you with weapons instead of just junk. Oh hey, Metroid time, I think. Yep. So despite the flashing, they do not have invincibility for this. Oh, they do. They're just really, really short. Anyway, goodbye. Alright, I can spot check with the wave beam now. That is so nice, because I don't have to suspiciously bomb every wall. As far as those 3 Metroid-ish games that I mentioned, Rabby Ribby is actually an extremely polished game, and it has a lot of really cool features, and it has bullet hell style bosses, but if you don't like bullet hell, you can just put it on the easiest mode and just enjoy it as an exploration platformer sort of thing. Yeah, don't have that gravity suit. Ugh. Oh hey, did we just drain the water? Partially. What's this? Ow. Yeah, I figured that would hurt. You drain the water. This is so cool. It is such a shame. I know it's Fantasyland territory, but I really wish that they could like find a way that Nintendo just actually sells this on the eShop, you know, for Wii U, or yeah, it'd probably have to be Wii U. But water. Why you gotta do me like this? Oh hey, Bad P. You didn't get notified? I think YouTube is kind of bad at notifications. That's one thing. YouTube Gaming acts as this separate thing, and I think YouTube Gaming is the one with proper stream notifications. And most people don't subscribe on YouTube Gaming. And they really don't need to be 2 separate things. And I've sent YouTube multiple feedback things on this. I'm sure they're throwing them away. But, wait, this isn't... Okay, yeah, this is a different one. I really think, YouTube Gaming has a really good website, in my opinion, and I really like its features and stuff, but it's treated as a different... Another one? It's treated as a different website with different subscriptions. And that's dumb. I just wish they would unify them and that there would be an option for proper, there we go. There would be an option for proper... Oh, hello. That's cute. Which one's the real one? Option for proper stream notifications. Oh, I guess Bad P did get it. Use your air type. Various suit. Hello. Hello, old friend. See them shoulder pads. Good stuff. The original Metroid 1, or Metroid 2, actually added the shoulders to the Various suit because they didn't know how else to show it in a monochrome game. Because in the original game, it changed your suit's color, and it was just the same. But in this game, they had to do something different. So the Various suit's shoulder pads are actually just because of the Game Boy's limitations. So that's kind of neat. And the Various suit is actually a mistranslation of barrier. And can you imagine just having the barrier suit? Like, how boring is that? So there's a secret in here and they don't know it. Yeah, obviously Nintendo would have to be, Nintendo would have to strike out a deal, but I'm sure they'd be willing to, sell the project if Nintendo would allow them to do it like as a real thing. But, I believe one of the Metroid, like one of the primes or something, states that the power suit absorbs the shockwave of the power bombs. They're like specific magical energy frequency. Not that it's realistic that way either, but yeah, it exists for gameplay reasons. Obviously, I'm really glad the bombs don't deal. There's actually a lot of gameplay features that would not work if bombs hurt you, because you got to do bomb jumps and stuff. I see you there, Crack. There you go. Yeah, there's a few bad translations that have actually done some really good stuff. Like, apparently War of the Lions, or not War of the Lions, Final Fantasy Tactics had some really good lines that weren't really intended to be as dramatic as they are, and they kind of, I think they nerfed them sort of in War of the Lions, but they kind of like, oh man, what was it? There's this die in obscurity line, which I guess was an awkward translation, but it just sounds so badass to tell somebody to die in obscurity. Valkyrie profile. I have not myself. What are you? Weird. Is this... This must be something they added in the remake, because I don't think you could do that in the original Metroid 2. I was already annoyed, but I'm so annoyed that you could, like, a lot of people won't be able to play this, or like, they're gonna have a harder time finding this. Oh, hello. 3 more Metroids. Well, in this area. Dine in obscurity at the Kirby Cafe. This area spans custom pre-built ecosystem that favors the growth of Metroids. Carrying itself is dangerous. I think we already read this. Sharon to be artificial origin. Yeah, that's... Huh. We already read this one. I guess this is just like a hint that there's Metroids here. Hello. When are we gonna see the, like, these are just beta Metroids, right? When are we gonna see the better Metroids? I demand some high quality Metroids. Is that the game where you gain XP by eating the fruits you grow with the souls of your enemies? Is that you talking about Valkyrie profile? Because I don't remember that particular aspect of Final Fantasy Tactics. Odin Sphere. Oh yeah, I need to get Odin Sphere. I kind of slept on the. Huh? That's interesting. On the PS4 remake. I do want to get it sometime. It's a long game, and I don't have crazy amounts of times for games, so I tend to favor lots of short games, which you might have noticed on my YouTube channel. I like my variety of experiences, but Metroidvanias are a genre that I super enjoy, and there's really not tons to enjoy. There's lots of indie games that have like some Metroidvania-ish features, but you know, don't really go the whole hog into stuff. And this one's giving me grief. All right. I like those curved ceilings. Like, it's even more advanced than most Metroid maps would tend to be. Not sure what that bomb block was all about over there. So we can find the last Metroid. This is going a lot smoother than I thought it would be. I figured I would get way more lost, because I got lost almost immediately in Metroid 2. And this is Metroid 2, but I mean, it's the oh. I like how it gives you like a few frames to jump, even after you've landed in the corrosive crap, to correct yourself. A lot of these platforms, I wonder, are these platforms spaced more far apart? Oh. It's got legs. Good for you. Is this... Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. This isn't quite a Gamma Metroid, right? It's just got little legs. It doesn't seem to be too different. I forget. The different designations of Metroids I actually just only remember from the Metroid wiki. 1H. I'm a little off words of chat. What was the last 2D Metroid game they released? Yeah, it was Fusion. Wait, Zero Mission. Zero Mission came after Fusion, because they used the Fusion engine, I believe. Yeah, it's been a long ass time basically. Way too long. Ah, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, that was awesome. That was a great little animation. See that people talk about, oh my gosh, they used the assets, but there's a lot of really cool new stuff in this. Yeah, Gamma Metroid, like I said. Metroids at this stage can now transfer negative charges from its nervous system to the horns, releasing electric arcs capable of disrupting weapons fire. The membrane containing its nucleus remains vulnerable, but the Gamma Metroid's exoskeleton has expanded for additional protection. Although its legs have reached their maximum length, they're unsuitable for locomotion. Instead, they can serve to capture prey and drain their energy. 1 hour. You're saying 1 hour. Guess I've been streaming for 1 hour. Excuse me. This does have some of those sprite scaling artifacts. I never liked that look. You can see on its arms, there's, you know, it's just an effect you get when you rotate pixels, unfortunately. Oh dang, I'm out of missiles. Can I hurt this thing? I don't think I can hurt this thing anymore. That's not good. Hello, Rob Kellett. Can I bomb it? I'm not sure I can hurt this thing anymore, unfortunately. I think I messed up. Where's my last save? Ah. Oh. I have to return in shame to the last save point, I'm afraid. Up. Walk of shame back to the last save point. What is the deal here, though? Oh! Oh dang, that's an energy tank! Nice, I'm glad I risked that. Wave beam looks really nice. Where was the save? It was up, right? Yes. I'm so glad to have a functional map. It's so fancy. I'm also glad that a lot of these blocks are just normal shoot through them instead of, you know, having to bomb absolutely everything to get through it. Bombing always kind of slows down the gameplay a little bit. This is a lot more fluid than I was expecting. I'm not sure how much of that is the remake and how much is the original. Like I said a few times. I don't know too much of the original. What's the point of streaming on YouTube? Well, for one thing, most of my audience is already on YouTube. It lets me more easily I can just automatically use the VOD that YouTube generates, which makes things a lot easier. And sometimes YouTube just doesn't have issues when Twitch does. So there's no reason for me not to, really. It's not really any harder for me either. I just have to stream to Restreamio. And it handles most of it. There we go. I figure you've never played Metroid, but you've played some Metroidvanias, haven't you? Okay, so we got another earthquake. But yet again, I'm sure it wasn't here. I'm not sure where that would have. Yeah, so that wouldn't have been fun in the original game, probably, running out of the missiles. Oh, it's probably that to the right there? I've heard some people talking about Beam. I think Twitch and YouTube are enough for me to manage, because, I mean, at some point, you know, I do have to manage the two chats. Well, not manage too much, but... I think streaming to two sites is about enough. Twitch is the big one, and YouTube is the one where most of my fans already are, and it's not too... Alright, that's a one-way door. So, is it gonna go up this shaft? Hitbox! I'm just kind of disappointed in Hitbox. They had a really good opportunity when Twitch was, you know, making some constant mistakes, and they never really... Please die. They never really capitalized on it too much. I don't think they're, like, bad, but, like, I don't know. It just never seemed... It never seemed super viable. Also, their game list is even worse than Twitch's. I couldn't even find... I forget what it was. I think Valkyrie Drive? I couldn't find their dang entry for Valkyrie Drive. Oh, this thing makes... the jump makes spider-balling the ceiling a lot easier. This is going a lot smoother than I thought it would, which is good. I do kind of hope I get lost at some point, though. In my opinion, it's not, you know, a Metroidvania hasn't done its job until I get lost at least once. And Zero Mission managed that. Super definitely managed that. Fusion, well, there's the part where you get all of your powers and then you're just kind of left in. I think that's kind of the only part you can get lost. But like the part where you're supposed, like, I forget exactly how it is. Like I think you get the power bombs, or was it where you have to find Nightmare? There's a part of Zero Mission or Fusion where you're actually allowed to get lost for once. Alright, so just straight over. It even has the, look at that, it even has the elevators or the tube things. Oh hey, it has time tracking in game too. That's cool. I really like Axiom Verge's speedrun mode and the features it sort of has that. Unfortunately, this M2 is pretty linear. If you get lost, it won't be for long. Yeah, that matches my impression so far. I can't say I entirely mind. I do like getting lost, but the original, I didn't get lost in a fun way. Like I got lost and I had to just spider ball my way all over the place. And spider ball is a cute feature, but it's not fun to get lost in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was lava. I should probably look for lava since I know that the earthquakes, okay, there's lava. I know the earthquakes drain lava. I don't think the original game even told you that. Google tells me that Super Metroid only has Samus's ship. Yes, only Samus's ship refilled both. There are ammo stations and other stuff. Like there's ammo and health stations, and they're separate from save stations. See a new Flow X. Energy pattern scan. I should look for lava. Next screen, lava. Pretty much. Oh, it's these thingies. I guess maybe, is this game more linear than the original Metroid 2, or is it just that the map sort of removes that confusion? That's what I'm wondering. Oh, speedrun blocks, not speedrun. Shine Spark blocks. What's? I think it's a map. Later in the game, it's more of an endurance run. Yeah, the original game was probably designed sort of without the map in mind. So it's more obvious with the map. Well, even if it was designed. Never mind. Oh, I've still not dropped a single frame. I'm impressed. Aw, come on. Oh! Alright. I can already guess we're gonna get the speed boost soon. The map is, What are those, Metars? You can definitely feel a boss fight coming up. Oh, I forgot about that. The, what's that called? The pseudo, screw attack. I see you. I see your secrets. Oh. Never mind. Secret. Oh, dirt. I used to think being able to, like, shoot through terrain and stuff, like in Yoshi's Island, I thought that was, like, magic. Like, there's no way a video game could do such an amazing thing. Oh, hey, space jump. I used to be really bad at space jump, I will admit. Space jump and mostly the wall climb. Space jump isn't too hard. Oh! I knew it, boss time. It's the elephant bird. Well, not really elephant bird. That was the fake thing. This is just a Chozo statue. Scanning mechanism. Oh yeah, the chorizo, I remember now. Analysis of the Sentinel displays evidence of an unknown organic tissue. Most of it concentrated in the torso region. The chorizo's armor plating is light enough to give it great mobility, but also leaves it vulnerable to standard weapons. According to Chozo history records, the construction of such advanced types of sentries was performed exclusively by the most gifted. Created with biological matter and mechanical components, this makes it difficult to reliably calculate its combat abilities. Jump charge. That makes two. I think it's like. There's a lot of like pseudo. Like there's like mock ball and lots of techniques to get around in places. And there's. I've heard that the developers are probably aware of most skips in Super Metroid, and they were definitely aware of most skips in Zero Mission. And I'm not sure what even happened with Fusion, because like Retro seems to have different ideas from the original, like the 2D Metroid team, in terms of what an acceptable. What are we doing here? What, you know, whether we should have sequence breaks or not. And like Retro seemed to be. Oh, I have the space jump. I totally forgot. Officially, it's jump attack charge. Ah, that's boring. I like those slowly rising spikes. It doesn't immediately penalize you, but it sort of forces you to remember, oh yeah, you just got the space jump, stupid. Ah, rude. Rude. I love my Game Boy, but I can't imagine fighting some of these things on the Game Boy and having it play half this well, because I'm using a lot of buttons right now, if you can't tell. Like the control scheme doesn't necessarily come through. I'm using most of a 360 controller. I'm using 3 of the face buttons. I'm using a couple of the left and right buttons, or the bumpers. There you go. Bye-bye, Chorizo. They're okay with secret sprays. Yeah, the reason people think that the Super Metroid team was cool with sequence breaking is there's actually very, very few, or possibly no, ways to get stuck if you sequence break in certain places. So like, it seems, and you know, it's fairly easy to make you, let a player soft lock themselves. If you enter an area and you need require some item to leave and they don't have it, so it would have required fairly careful planning or really extreme luck for them to have designed all of Super Metroid with no soft locks for people sequence breaking. So it seems like a lot of that was probably intended. I'm sure there's some that they didn't foresee. I mean, it's hard to assume everything. You don't remember the Chorizo doing that in the original game? I don't know. That would have been pretty hard to fight with just the D-pad and A and B. But heck, I don't know. I wanted to beat the original Metroid 2. I didn't have it in me. I still have it on my 3DS. Maybe I'll play it again after this. Oh, hello. Come down here. Oh right, you block with your arms, don't you? Yeah, especially with the Metroidvania game, you really can't, track every single bug and stuff. Also, speaking of sequence breaking, Bunny Must Die actually has in-game achievements for doing specific sequence break. Aw, crap. Let me guess. Your health resets. Oh, hey. Whoa. Rest in pieces, my friend. Wow, you have a lot of health. Yeah, Bunny Must Die actually has an achievement for... So, in its tribute to Metroid, it gives you an item when you walk to the left, because the reason Metroid games usually make you walk to the left is because at the time, almost every platformer, you always went to the right. And the Metroid devs wanted to teach you that in this game, sometimes you need to go to the left and, you know, explore and stuff. You gotta break those conventions. So they always put a power-up in Super and Metroid 1 that you have to, we're getting a speed boost very soon, that you have to go left to get. And so Bunny Must Die puts an item to the left. And in Bunny Must Die, the item you get by going to the left is an item that literally allows you to walk to the right. Hello, Speed Booster. And and because the dev is totally awesome and crazy, Planet Dispositive, you can beat that whole game without that power-up that allows you to turn to the right. You have to use like wall jumps and back dashes and stuff the whole freaking game, and do a bunch of other sequence breaks and crazy stuff. But you need basically no items to get through that game. You just need to beat all of the bosses. Oh right, I was supposed to run, wasn't I? Try this again. So I thought that was pretty great. I don't think there are many major sequence breaks in Axiom Verge, but there is in fact, there's a save warp thing where you, in Axiom Verge, when you die you return to your last save point. Oh. And there's a point in the game where you're not supposed to be able to go back to a certain point until way later. And you can bypass that by just saving in that first area and then never dying until you need to return to that area. And then you death warp, and there you go. You can skip the bomb harp. Really? That's surprising. Yeah, I haven't seen too many Axiom Verge speedruns. I've watched some, like, just a little bit, and it's pretty impressive stuff. Bunny Must Die has... I can get that, you know, some people don't like the missiles. Really? That's surprising. I can see why people wouldn't like the movement in Bunny Must Die. It is actually a really deliberate and cool movement system, though. It just requires you to know what you're doing, and it's a really great game. And the edge gravity actually makes a lot of sense. Like, people don't just fall off ledges if you just like slightly tap like an edge. There we go. So it actually makes a ton of sense that, speed boost, please. Yes, there you go. Okay, where's the secret? Excuse me. These things look like wheat thins. And explore. But Bunny Must Die is a really fantastic game. It's not easy, but I definitely recommend it to anyone that likes Metroidvanias, and especially hard games. I don't tend to like crazy hard games. It's not really crazy hard though. Just the feeling of progress in Bunny Must Die, just because of your own skill, is really amazing. And I think the movement is a really big part of that, actually. Because, you know, basically in your first playthrough of Bunny Must Die, you're probably going to die in every single new room. And probably a few times in some of them. And, you know, that's pretty brutal, but it also gives this amazing sense of accomplishment just every single time you progress. I really do hope they localize the PS4 version. I bought the PS Vita version, actually, the Japanese one. I need to get to playing it. I just hadn't been in the new game mood quite yet. I gotta be in the right mood to play new things sometimes, because I want to devote my full attention to them and all that stuff. If you want a Metroidvania by the developer of Noito Love, I have good news for you. Konjac is making a Metroidvania. I'm not sure it has... It doesn't have that exact control system, but it is by the same developer. Not sure exactly when we're going to actually see it. It's been in development for quite some time, but last I heard it was coming fairly close. But it's a one-man team, I believe, so that always takes some time. I really am glad that developers have taken up the mantle, like indie developers have taken up the mantle of Metroidvania stuff, because both Castlevania and basically Metroid are pretty much gone, unfortunately. But a lot of indie devs do really great stuff. Yeah, Iconoclast is the name of that Metroidvania. You had to basically double tap to turn around. I don't think you need to. Bunny does have a turning animation, but yeah, Konjac made Naruto Love Devolution, and he's making Iconoclasts. Yeah, that's Iconoclast, the Metroidvania with a wrench. It's got really great pixel art, as usual, for his stuff. Axiom Verge would have taken more than 5 years, because he took, he was part of Sony's pub fund, and he quit his day job, and he actually, you know, would have taken probably way longer if not for that, so, I think that's of any help for me. You have to be patient for his precious holy water, yes. Where's this hidden item? The wave beam is not guiding me to my precious items. Confused. Oh hey, an off fan. Hello. I saw you down there, secret item. I saw you. You can't hide behind a camera pan. Yeah, I plan, if you didn't enjoy Bunny Must Die, stay tuned on my YouTube channel. I'm going to do some videos at some point. The game definitely requires a lot of skill, and it's very unusual, but it's an extremely rewarding game to play. Oh, there's my secret. Okay. I see what I need now. It's very much a game that rewards skill and practice. It just doesn't do a super great job of teaching you some of the stuff. Oh yeah, but yeah, this is another Metroid remake, or another Metroid 2 remake. For some reason when Googling this game, I keep trying to call it another Android remake. I don't know why. Would you please die, sir? Thank you. Aw, come on. Please go. Ah. I hate when you have to run through a room, because that means the enemies are going to respawn. Oh, hey. Works. Oh, what is that? What is that? What is that? I need it. Yeah, there's other attempts at Metroid 2 remakes. None of them, I don't think any of them have finished up. Yeah, I wasn't sure what... Bunny Must Die just gives me performance anxiety. I used to be really good at it, and I'm less good now. But yeah, I'll definitely have some YouTube videos soonish for that. I'm glad you've been enjoying the YouTube stuff. I might stream if I get... I don't know, I'd have to get good TM if I wanted to stream... What is this? What? What? Okay, there's no way this was in Metroid 2, right? What is this? That's not what I need to do. Ah. Is this new? Hello, Blair Wiz Productions. What is this? Oh, super missiles! Thank you! Where do I... Hold on. Yeah, this does not seem like something I would see on the Game Boy, to be quite frank. I think this must be new. Hey, Capitalist! Good to see you around. Machine portion is new. Okay. Yeah, I really look forward to getting back into Bunny Must Die. Yeah, this looks amazing for a fan-made thing. Like this, to be quite honest, this looks better than some Metroid games. You know, they obviously used the Metroid, some other Metroid stuff as a base, but amazing. I regret to inform you this game's been DMCA'd. Huh? Wait. So, I'm pretty sure it's still on some torrent site. It was put on a torrent, and I'm pretty sure that was deliberate, just in case. I'm not sure where. Just Google, and hopefully you'll find it. But the official links have already been taken down in less than 24 hours, which is really rude. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I actually downloaded this at work just because I was really afraid. Like, actually, I downloaded it after they said they got the DMCA thing. They took it down from Metroid database, but not from the Mediafire stuff. Super missile time. Oh, so that other thing I saw was also a super missile tank. A fun thing in how Metroid works is that even though the first super missile tank you get grants you it grants you the the actual functionality, all super missile and missile tanks are exactly equivalent, even though the first one plays a little cutscene and teaches you to use it. So if you can sequence break and get yourself any like regular upgrade. I missed the spacer beam, really? What was I saying? But yeah, if you can sequence break and grab any one of those casually placed upgrade tanks, you can access the super missiles and stuff early. Well, for one thing, they were too late to cease and desist because it was already released. But they Digimillennium copyright acted it because assets, I guess. Even though, like, almost all of the assets in this game are super retouched from the original games, or just entirely new, and it's distributed free and whatever. I don't get too mad at it. Same thing happens with the Streets of Rage remake. Sega let it set for about a day and DMCA'd it. Yeah, I heard about the DMCA. I want more super missiles so I can take these things out faster. There you go. In the words of the developer, the game became too popular and the developer didn't like that. Yeah. It's not like Nintendo is giving us a real Metroid, so I don't have any sympathy for Nintendo here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. Okay. Get on the thing. Samus, please. Samus, please. This is the least potent lava I've ever seen, but it still hurts. It's still problematic because I can't space jump. There's actually the only problem is that I can't space jump. I would be out of here if I couldn't. If I could. Okay, okay. Okay. Get on the thing, Samus. Samus, please. Samus, please. What is it that Nintendo does like? Okay. Did I seriously miss a spacer beam? I guess I could go back and There's 7 Metroids in this current location? Really? Federation Force, not excited about that. 7 more Metroids, huh? Yeah, I gotta say, I frankly would not expect Nintendo themselves to come up with something this good right now. Mostly because I don't think they would care much about it. Like, we would get a Yoshi's Island, like a Yoshi's New Island sort of thing, probably. I know they have the talent to make a good Yoshi game, but they didn't. Here's the thing about copyright protection isn't really, like, if you mean the thing where people aggressively enforce trademarks, so they keep them, that's not a thing with copyright. You can't, copyright doesn't disappear if you don't, you know, use it. Copyright is for life and then a lot more. Did the Nintendo of America Twitter actually acknowledge the Metroid's 30th anniversary at all? They probably just tweeted about Federation Force, didn't they? Alright, I think I needed... Wait. It's still fast. Not sure what the secret is in here. Wait, have they seriously talked about Federation Force as if it will determine whether they make more regular Metroid games? Because that is bullshit, frankly. Because Metroid Federation Force is just not, you know, it is not a Metroid game in, you know, it is not the genre that Metroid is in. It's not, it's got nothing to do with this. Nintendo UK acknowledged it, but I don't think NOA did. Yeah, NOA doesn't acknowledge anything. You know, I would be super on board for Super Paper Metroid if it was actually like anything like Thousand Year Door or the original N64 one. Those are really great games. You're not going to probably see too much Nintendo stuff on my channel, but if you do, those are likely... What? Why can't I see whatever the secret is? Those would probably be the games you do see if you see any. Oh, did I just shoot super missiles in the dirt? I think I just shot super missiles at the dirt. Oh well. Yeah, Nintendo is pretty these days. I don't really want to talk about that. I want to talk about this game, which is actually good. I really like that it skips over the empty slot. Oh hey, there's the Spazer beam. Okay, beams now have a wider range. Oh, that is really cool. So the X-Bone officially acknowledged the Metroid 30th more than Nintendo of America actually did. Did Nintendo of Japan at least do anything? Nintendo of America, pretty damn incompetent, unfortunately. Well, I mean, their competence depends entirely on whether they like the game in question, and they're still pretty incompetent in a lot of ways. Alright. Ah, so here... No, ball? Yes. Okay. Huh? Oh, sweet. Excuse me? Oh. Okay. Crisis averted. Much crueler Spazer. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of stuff looks a lot better than the original. Huh? Ah. There we go. The X-Bone is a national treasure. Thank you. Oop! I used my super missiles again. I'm not used to them being there. Yeah, none of that surprises me, unfortunately. I want to be optimistic about the whole NX situation, but I'm just gonna have to wait and see. I really like how this Spazer looks. Don't tell me this is a speedrun block. Right now, I just climb over. Oh, hello. Oh, I missed with all of my super missiles again. I gotta say, oh, ow. I kind of prefer how Prime treats super missiles. It's just 5 missiles fired at once, and you know you charge it. I don't really like managing the multiple resources, especially not without the recharge stations. It's a lot better in this with the recharge stations. Oh, speaking of this game being a bit easy, in case anybody missed me starting the stream, which probably all of you did, this game has easy, normal, and hard mode. I just went and played on normal. I'm not sure how they compare to the original Metroid's difficulty, but I assume normal is supposed to try to mimic the original difficulty. I don't tend to play Metroidvanias on any sort of hard mode. 'Cause, you know, the exploration tends to be more of the fun than, you know, the combat and stuff. I think I would play Bunny Must Die hard mode, but I guess that's just the sequence breaking stuff. That's a little hardcore for me. If I ever speedrun a game, one might be Bunny Must Die. I really love that game a lot. It was my first like Doujin game, period. You know, that's a Japanese indie, and power bombs. It was one of my first indies ever, along with Cave Story. I forget which one I played first, but I played them both at around the same time. Like every time your character gets hurt, you say "ow." Everyone does it, but I wonder why. I don't know. It's not too different from getting hurt in real life. You know, you made a mistake. It's suspicious, but I don't think it means anything. It might just be a tiling error. Let's fill our map at least. These games give me, you know, an uncontrollable urge to fill in the map. I didn't catch what I said about RabiRibby earlier. I really love RabiRibby, and I'm gonna make some videos for it. I plan to beat the game on my own before I play it, because there's some skill barriers, and I don't want to show myself getting too crazy lost in it. So if you follow my YouTube, which a lot of my stuff, if you're only on Twitch, I don't really stream a large percentage of my stuff, so I do recommend following my YouTube. That's just youtube.com/SirTapTap. Oh, we gotta speedrun. Why am I keep calling this speedrunning? Oh, don't worry about the bullet hell platformer thing. It oh, I see. It has an easy mode that, you know, even you can beat it, Bad P. And there's a bunch of power-ups. It's not like normal bullet hell games where, you know, you have to beat it by pure skill. You know, there's upgrades you can buy or find, you know, standard Metroidvania fare in that regard. So, yeah, I do have a Twitter too. All of them are kind of different. My YouTube, my Twitch, my Twitter. Well, YouTube is mostly the whole package except for the Twitter, which has basically me live tweeting about games or retweeting fanfiction.txt, which is a very important part of Twitter, or oh hey, I was expecting power bomb. It was super missiles. You thought it was power bombs, but it was me, super missiles. This is new. Oh, I like this music change. Oh, hello. Yep. Rude. I'm so bad at fighting these things, like... Oh, that seems valid. I'm so good at wasting those super missiles. Like, I'm a pro. This is my 100% speed, like, this is my 100% run out of super missiles speed run. Yeah, if you want to see me play more Metroidvania stuff, do follow me on the YouTubes. I'll play RabiRibby and Bunny Must Die fairly soon, probably. Wait, have I been here? No, wait, no. That's just a shortcut. Like a one-way shortcut that I couldn't use before. Yeah, I'm gonna guess all of the Metroids are in fact in here. Rude. Now, the DMCA doesn't have anything to do with trademark, though. Trademark you allegedly have to be rigorous with, but trademark you don't. Or copyright you don't. You can't get rid of that. Like, there is no point at which trademark is assumed to just disappear unless it actually expires by, you know, I think it's like 70 years plus death. There's definitely skill barriers. You mean in RabbyRibby or in this game? There are definitely some skill barriers. I'll say late game is hard where it gets really difficult. That's my personal experience at least. Also, I believe I've been subbed to YouTube for at least a good number of months, if not over a year. Read that because it scrolled by really fast. Market plays Metroid Fusion Part 1 featuring Tap. Yeah, they DMCA'd it for assets, I guess, which I still think that's done. RabbyRibby. I'm sure it gets harder, but it does have an easy mode, and it even lets you turn down the difficulty. RabbyRibby does this really cool thing, where you start it on a difficulty, and it explains its difficulties well, which most games do not do. I've been meaning to write a blog post about the difficulty settings in RabbyRibby and some other games. I think difficulty settings are great. I think just most games implement them really badly. Uncharted 4 has some really great difficulty settings. And accessibility settings in general. Which, by the way, difficulty basically is an accessibility setting. So I think it should be treated a lot more seriously than it is. But RabbyRibby, what it does, you pick your difficulty, and it does explain like roughly what type of player should be playing each difficulty. And oh hey, hello friend, I need to kill you. Once you've started playing, there's a girl somewhere that lets you change your difficulty, and you can change it up one notch, or you can change it down one notch, and then you can actually change it back again. You can't change it all the way, but it just lets you go one step up or down, and if you don't like your change, you can go back. So I'm currently on Novice. I tried it on the one step above Novice, and I found it just a little bit too tough to fight the bosses. I figured I would be talking about DMCA a bit here, like for reviews. What do you mean? Don't they DMC videos and reviews? When reviews and stuff are DCMA'd, that is usually abuse of the system. Yeah, I kind of didn't want to talk about all this stuff, but one of my favorite. Oh yeah, RabbyRibby has hilarious achievements. The one thing I regret in not doing a blind run for YouTube is that some of its achievements are hilarious. I got an achievement because I talked to NPCs I didn't need to talk to, and it gave me an achievement that says like, hey, did you know you don't need to talk to everybody? It seems to have some very funny self-aware achievements. So I guess it gives you an achievement if you try to lower the difficulty on Wile on the lowest one. Yeah, that was one of my favorites. I'll have to point that out when I do the YouTube, when I do the Let's Play of it. Where are we? Oh. Okay, so there's a few more Metroids, probably, to get here. I was wondering where all they were, and I guess it makes sense that they'd all be hidden in a little tunnel here. Yeah, well, YouTube, reviews are really clearly fair use, but YouTube doesn't seem to manually review stuff like that, and it's made it really easy. So, oh. I saw you through your clever guys. Free missile. Come here, my free missile. Thank you. Are you a thing? Oh, what? What do you mean, those blocks? Oh, oh. That makes me think of not having to talk to every else in an off. It would be great if they made it. Oh yeah, off. I love off. Thank you for having an off-based name, by the way. There's an off fan game that I've been meaning to play. It's called Home or something. But yeah, I'll play that eventually. But that little bug that was above here reminded me. There's something that a lot of Metroidvanias do, especially, you know, Metroid games themselves. They'll give you little hints, like there'll be little enemies outside of the place where you can play, and it's sort of usually a hint that, hey, you can get here, but how? Question mark. And it's just a nice little hint. I really like how Metroid games, you know, it's hard to make a good Metroidvania style game, but you can do a lot of really cool stuff with teaching the player just, you know, environmentally, and it's an aspect of the genre that I really love. It's also why I will fight anyone who says Metroidvania is not a genre, because there's so many specifics to this sort of gameplay, you know, a lot of design stuff, and do you gotta go fast? What's the deal here? Oh, Spider Ball does whatever Spider Ball does. Oh, you watched my playthrough? Oh, yeah, I've been thinking of replaying Off or something. I really loved it the first time, obviously, and I've seen most of it, but I know some new stuff now. Like, some stuff wasn't entirely translated right. Like, well, I can't mention this without being a massive spoiler, so I won't. But there's some major stuff that they didn't localize right when they did the English translation. Speaking of Off, the developer, I really want to get that game on Steam, or at least itch.io. It's on a better site now. Like, it used to be really hard to get that game. I actually had some people email me to get a copy of the game because the original the original file was on Mediafire and it went down. There's just one Metroid left. And we eventually, you know, it got rehosted somehow. But I tried contacting the translator. I never got any message back. I said something to Twitter to Ghost Mortis. Ghost Mortis does have a Twitter, but I emailed him, or I talked to him in English, and he didn't ever reply to me. I don't know if he just doesn't reply to stuff in English, or if he just, you know, doesn't want to talk about the game anymore. You know, some creators are like that. I wish, you know, I respect wanting to move on and stuff, but games like that, I really think, you know, need to be preserved and protected like that. See you, Benny. Yeah, that fan game, I'm 90% sure it's called Home. I'll take a look here, just so I don't forget. I have so many games to Let's Play. It's not even funny. It's my folder. Is that Home? See you, Wipeout guy. I'll probably clock out here. I know I had it in here somewhere. Oh yeah, it's just called Home. It's an off fan game, and it looks like it's an RPG Maker thing too. Speak French, but you still had to get the translation. For some reason, it wouldn't let me download the original. Ah, that's a shame. I would, if anybody like knows developers or knows Mortis Ghost, I really would like to talk to him or have somebody talk to him about getting the game on either Steam or itch.io. If he would put it on Greenlight, I would personally pay the $100 Greenlight fee if the game were put up there for free or whatever. If he wants to put it up for pay, that's, you know, his choice too. But I just really want that game to be... A lot of people just plain don't play games that aren't on Steam. I strongly disagree with that, and I would strongly encourage you, if you only play games on Steam, to, you know, broaden your horizons. But still, getting on Steam is very important, and I really wish that game, and any game that can possibly get on Steam, you know, I would strongly encourage it. And yes, I'm aware there's sports on television, which is probably why I probably should have delayed my... What? How get over? I probably should have delayed my return to streaming until after the Olympics, but I'm not sure how many, you know, Twitch users are really gonna, you know, I don't know. Why can't Metroid enter area? Oh, and I'm out of, I don't know where else to go either. You actually don't have Steam? I'm trying to get... Steam has some cool free stuff too. I actually have some free games that I've been meaning to get to on Steam to review, or to Let's Play or whatever. I know there's a way down there. Is this bad? Use. I don't suppose there are maps out yet for this game, are there? I mean, yeah, people have definitely watched them, and thanks for catching my streams. I always appreciate viewers and especially chatters. Chatters just help me keep going. Like this stream's gone really well. I like having, you know, at least a certain amount of chat going on, so I can, you know, I just sort of bounce off of chat. Plus, I haven't really been in the biggest recording mood lately because I've been quitting. Oh, is there a map? I might have to peek at that. I don't know. I was hoping to go blind, but this is... Wait, I'm stupid. The floor collapsed. The floor collapsed, and yeah. Completely forgot about this. I was so focused on how clever I was because I avoided it that... Yeah, there's obvious scripted boss fight here. If you only play games on Steam, I strongly recommend that you try out this thing called itch.io. You know, itch as in, you know, itch your back. It's a sort of strange name. I'm not entirely sure why it's called that, but there's tons and tons of indie games and a lot of, you know, oh. Can we do this with, uh-oh. No, we probably can't. Oh my gosh, we did it! Clutch! Awesome. I did not think that was gonna happen. I'm so bad with the super missiles. Nice. Okay. So now, I think I remember where there was some lava. Yeah, I usually just call it itch.io. It's technically itch, but itch.io does definitely roll off the tongue better. It's a map. Oh yeah, for some reason, that's not even a setting I turned on, but YouTube just doesn't want links in chat. I've unfortunately had more abuse in Twitch than in YouTube, which I guess shouldn't surprise people. But YouTube by default is more stringent in what it allows in chat, unfortunately. Yeah, if there's ever a time you really need to give a link, I guess just send it in Twitch. I always stream to both YouTube and Twitch, and it's always going to be the same stream. So feel free to watch whatever you're more comfortable with. I personally prefer the YouTube stream, but you know, Twitch is 99% the same. And even the chat's basically the same, because, hey, you were supposed to go down, Mr. Lava. What's this malarkey? Okay. There must be some other lava that actually went down. Yeah, I don't need that. Not yet. I'm gonna go blind until I get real stuck. And I'm definitely not real stuck yet. I probably will stop streaming. We're about 2 hours. I'll probably stop streaming in, I don't know, anywhere between 10 and maybe a half hour. Just because my voice is starting to get a little scratchy. Throat. I knew it. I knew there. I remember there being lava here. If you can find it, I'm sure I can find it. Otherwise, just send me on Twitter. That works. If you ever need to contact me, by the way, I read all of my YouTube comments. I read my Twitch whispers and stuff too, but I'm not entirely sure how that works. Like, I don't know if you can spam filtered. At me on Twitter, and I can always see that. And I probably shouldn't announce this, but I have open DMs on Twitter. So, what is that? What are those? Any environment. Oh, dead Marine. Rest in pieces, my friend. Everyone press F for the fallen Marine. The scientists constructed a mobile research site within the cave system. Access tunnel leading to the research vessels collapsed and all of their equipment is non-operational. Vital signs of all exosuits are flatlined. There are no survivors in this site. Alright. I'll try to avoid looking at that until, like, I'll save it in my browser. And you know, just in case I ever need it. A little skimpy on the super missile upgrades, but there's the Fs. There's like a 30-second chat delay, unfortunately. Oh, hello, friends. I like how the Metroids have the little legs now. They didn't. I don't think the first ones did. Or if they did, I didn't notice them. I think I would have noticed those. I don't know. Perfect. See, that was quick kill speedrun strats. I mean, obviously. It's weird that the Federation room is the one that has like... Oh, there goes the other stuff, I guess. Wait. This is like a non-operational elevator or something. They closed the stream when you tried to follow Twitter. Oh. You didn't miss too much. You missed a double Metroid fight, that's about it. Because I'm always paired my comment will appear in the stream too late. Yeah, I wish I could reduce the stream delay. If I could easily stream both to YouTube and Twitch directly without Streamio, I'd probably try it out. I'm not sure how much delay that would reduce though, because the problem is, oh, it's super, or it's power bombs. I did notice the legs. Yeah, no, I mean, I think, I know I noticed those earlier, but I think I noticed them just before the first Gamma Metroid, and I'm not sure if they were supposed to be foreshadowing, or if they're just always there. Did that lava go down? No? Okay, let's try the other lava that I complained wasn't disappeared. Yeah, my issue with the delay is that the difference between like a 5-second delay and a 15-second delay, that's worth chasing. The difference between a 20-second delay and a 30-second delay, not really. I kind of doubt I could ever reasonably get a 5-second delay. I think maybe direct to hitbox is like kind of like that maybe, but I kind of doubt I can get the delay to anything where it would be worth significantly, you know, streaming. I'd have to stream to 2 sites instead of 1, which is more complicated and requires double the upstream and has more chance of something screwing up on at least one of them. So, it's probably not gonna be worth it. Oh, new log entry. Cordite crystals are one of the most durable, naturally forming crystals in the galaxy. Though they are not as hard as diamonds, this makes them a more malleable resource. The Chizo found various practical uses for the cordite in constructing machinery for producing works of art. This mining facility supplies cordite and various other minerals to the nearby industrial complex. I actually stream high enough that I cannot stream full speed. Like, I can't use my full upstream. Humble brag there, but I get like 15 up, but I can only use about 6 or 7 megabits per second up. I don't think YouTube or I don't think Twitch like accepts it. I don't know about YouTube, but I just stream to Restreamio at you know, whatever it accepts, and I get 720p at 60 frames per second, and not bad quality considering, and I don't really have too many complaints. I would love 1080p, but I mean, I can't really, you know, expect that, and not too many people are going to be able to stream. Oh, rest in pieces. Wisdom super. Oh, here we go. There we go. Hopefully this old thing still works. Yeah, I'm not too glad, I'm not too impressed with my, please work. There you go. My cable company, but since I did the upgrade, it does work. I get 100 megabits per second down, which I honestly don't care too much about. I get 15 megabits up, which is, if I could reverse those numbers, I totally would, because I really would love to be able to just upload things almost instantly to Twitch and YouTube. Oh, it's a fake. Okay then. We're just zooming right along. I was expecting to get way more stuck. Yeah, there are mumblings of my cable company for fiber, but weird. Your capitalist, your comment hasn't shown up in my Restreamio quite yet. What was that? Oh, that was just a droid update. Weird. Streamio ate a chat comment. It's just capitalist saying that he's waiting for his local fiber company. Oh, there he goes. If you can't find home, I could send it to you. I don't know if I even have the latest version, so you should probably just look for it yourself, but at me on Twitter if you can't find it. Uh-oh. What a naughty place to hide a Metroid. Oh, that was a sick pattern for a brief moment. It almost made me look like I knew what I was doing. I actually really love the pacing of what's happening here. It is a little easy, I would say, as far as Metroids are concerned, but easy in terms of finding where to go. Do you have to pay for Restreamio? You actually don't. You can pay to stream to more than one channel. Oh god. But it's what I currently do, which is stream to YouTube and Twitch Hitbox if I want to. That's free. There's some premium features, but for the most part now it's just free. So those guys are just there to mess up with your button pressing. If you can stream to Twitch, you can stream to Restreamio. It just works like a server. It's actually added in OBS now, and I strongly recommend OBS for doing your own streams. I don't see much reason to pay for XSplit. It used to not be so great in certain regards, but the new OBS Studio is really good. And it's still adding features, you know. And generally speaking, I'll tend to support the open source solution, unless, you know, the paid one is way better. And in my opinion, XSplit is not. And it was funny, Vinny on Vinesauce uses XSplit. He just seems to have constant trouble, so that's not encouraging to me. Lava went down, but not this lava apparently. Free version of, oh, there's a free version of XSplit? I would definitely try OBS. It is actually good enough that if you were looking to record just games and you wanted a free solution, even though it's streaming program, Restreamio, or OBS is actually pretty great. The audio is 98 kbps. That's Discord bad. Oh, I record at 32. I record at the maximum MP3 quality. Apparently people are complaining that OBS doesn't have the sub-region captioning. Or even captioning. I don't even know what that is. I know that OBS Studio isn't 100% feature complete, or at least it wasn't yet. I don't know. Like they've been working on adding stuff that was missing. Like when it first came out, it was missing some stuff. It was a major code-based migration, so they have my sympathy, and I'm sure there's reasons that features went missing. But I don't know. OBS certainly does everything I needed to do. Wait, did we activate this? The audio desyncs. Oh, yeah. I stopped using Camtasia because of, well, it's super expensive. Though I already lost the money. But Camtasia had lots of desync issues. I currently use Bandicam, OBS, and Elgato Game Capture. I have had very few problems with them. The one problem I have with my current setup, well, I have two problems. One of them is that certain games screw up my mic. That is not the fault of anything except for the game, but it's still a problem that I plan to fix. The other problem I have is that whenever a game closes itself or crashes, Bandicam like panics and I have to re-encode its file. Like, it doesn't finish processing, unfortunately. Oh, that is terrible. I don't know how you can stand that, frankly. I would definitely check out OBS if you're limited that severely, because that's actually I think I record to like crazy PCM bandwidth. What are you? What are you, little friend? When I do my source recordings, I have it crazy high. I record it lower, or I encode it lower when I actually upload to YouTube and stuff, and the file that I save to YouTube or for archival purposes is lower. The issue with audio desync is it's not always like fixable. Audio desync stuff has driven me nuts. That is like the most frustrating thing in the universe. I think at the very end I found some way to like change the actual rate the audio file was playing at to make it match the video file, but not worth it. Not worth. Yeah, OBS is really great and really quite simple. It's one of the better open source softwares I've used. It's not Dolphin great, but I've had very few issues. Oh, the game audio is in mono or just the mic? Mic audio actually should be in mono almost always, unless you're doing really unless you're doing music or something. I can't really imagine. Like commentary audio should pretty much always be mono. Oh, no, there's 28 Metroids. We're not finishing this tonight. We have made impressive progress. By we, I mean me. I'm not sure why I always say we, but yeah, this has been pretty good. Oh wait, hang on. I want to go this way. Ow. This is very ineffectual lava. This lava needs some management tips. Be the best lava it can be. Excuse me. Oh, speed booster blocks. How? Yes, you all have made so much progress here. Are those Chozo heads? Scanning environments. 6 Metroids in the area. I usually use, for VOD stuff, I use Bandicam. It records both my mic and my game audio to separate audio tracks. That is by far the biggest feature, in my opinion, that separates it from Fraps. I can't use Fraps anymore because it doesn't do that. I use Audacity. What is this? These like Ridley bones? New Metroid type. I do use Audacity just for any, like... Oh, it's a Gamma Metroid. Oh, Zeta Metroid, excuse me. After a substantial transformation of its body, the Metroid's power and defense greatly improved. Though the Zeta Metroid can no longer fly due to its immense weight, its new legs are strong enough to carry it and perform great bursts of speed. The arms deliver powerful strikes, and its mouth glands spray a highly corrosive substance. Its 2 prior forms are akin to a pupil phase. Its guardian the Gamma Metroid's exoskeleton marked the beginning of its adulthood. It's interesting how they added all of this Metroid lore, like all these forms, in Metroid 2, and they're basically completely removed in the later games. Oh. Ah, what was with the height of that shot? That one's actually easier to hit with the super missiles. That's because he's actually harder to fight. Oh, you gotta try OBS. It's really, I promise, it is surprisingly simple. It, like I almost said earlier, OBS is easy enough that I would say if you just want a free video editing program or video recording program, I would actually suggest OBS, even though it's streaming software. It is quite good. As we can see with this guy, We're just getting some artifacts here with the, you know, sprite rotation. I think it's actually being rendered at, you know, a sort of native resolution, which has its ups and downs. It gives it a Super Nintendo sort of feel that makes them a little uglier than they could be. One of my favorite parts of the Prime games is the lore. I actually love the lore of this Metroid games, the Prime. I love how it handles lore. Like, it's all optional if you don't want to read it, but what's there is actually really cool. And that's something I really love the stuff in Prime too. Oh, hello. You can come down? You come down and play? Can Gamma Metroid come down and play? But the Metroids keep coming back, but they're always larval Metroids. And like, larval Metroids are always like the scariest thing in the galaxy. And the infant Metroid, or the Metroid hatchling, never, like, it fed a ton, and it just became a big larval Metroid. It never did any of these. Kind of funny. But the quote-unquote larval Metroid form is way more recognizable, so I can't really blame them for sticking with that instead of these. These are a little... They're not bad, but they just seem kind of plain in comparison. I wonder what they did for the music in this, because the original would have been, you know, Game Boy music. That's kind of a challenge to try to bring to, I guess they're going for sort of a 16-bit vibe here. Oh, hello. I kind of like how it's set into, like, boss endurance. It's such a change up from the regular Metroid games, but, though it's only the second one, so it kind of... It's kind of like Zelda 2, where it didn't even... It's a major change up in presentation, but at the time, it probably wasn't really thought of like that. For some reason, OBS is not mentioned in the stream platforms that work on YouTube. Really? That is rude, frankly. It works perfectly fine with it. I've used OBS to stream directly to YouTube several times. Works just fine. I also recommend trying out Restreamio. It has some limitations, but like my 1080p, I can't... Oh, hello. I'm sure that wasn't in the Game Boy game. I love the classic gigantic background sprite thing on SNES games. It always felt so magical, like, whoa, like, because you never see stuff like that. It's kind of hard to do. It might be called Open Broadcaster software, but I would hope you would use that. It works perfectly fine with YouTube. It even has a special preset for YouTube, or like, it lets you sign in specifically for YouTube, so. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it would let you, like, blow up the dirt below the spikes. And I swear, I'm not crazy. Those look like Ridley beaks. Like, it looks like bits of Ridley are all over the floor. And with how many times Samus has killed Ridley, I would not be surprised if somewhere there's just, like, a closet full of Ridley bones. Ow. It's under other encoders. Yeah, it's probably not, like... It's free, so you gotta be suspicious when you're Mr. Corporate Man. Probably missed some red thingies here and there. I guess there's just one more after this. Probably didn't route this optimally. The speed run is invalid. Whoa, 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 whoa. Chat just flew by. Headcanon lore explanation for the state of the larval Metroid Super Metroid is that it ate so much in so little time that it stored the energy to make it so large it didn't have any competition. To metamorphosize would need more time, which due to its binging spree, it never had the chance to. Yeah, that makes sense. Because yeah, the Metroid hatchling grew within, well, a few hours. That's Studio or Classic? I strongly recommend OBS Studio. That's the new one. There might be a couple of minor features the old one has, but for almost any use, you're gonna want OBS Studio. It's the new, it's the 2.0 branch, basically. Chip Infusion already had a closet freezer devoted to Ridley Bones. Oh, true! Oh, it's you again. Hey, get out of those Ridley Bones. Poor Ridley. I mean, not too poor Ridley, because I mean, he is sort of a parent murderer, but he's died at least as many times as Shadow, or not Shadow, Zero in Mega Man. Shadow's only died once, that I know of. Uh-oh. Aw, man. I totally forgot that running out of bullets is a thing. Right. That's fun. Save station. I'm so glad there are save stations that refill your ammo in this. Because this has high potential to be infuriating. Otherwise. This facility is operating on an emergency power supply. Thermal readings indicate that there is at least one functional device located deep within the building. Optimus Prime has died more than Ridley. Oh! Speak of the devil. Do I wanna... Well... Oh wait, just shortcut back through. Well, we missed one Metroid somewhere, so let's find it before we go back for Mr. Gamma. I hate when you have to keep doing inputs. Oh, different way to get on there. Oh, right here. Alright, what you got for me? Is it Metroids? Oh, I knew it was Metroids. I knew that thermal reading was going to be a Metroid. I mean, how could it not be? Rude. Rude! Rude! Stop. Stop trying to save yourself. It's very mean. This does not fit with my timetable, good sir. Ah! I wonder if this is gonna have the charge combos like Super had. They kind of sucked, honestly. The power bomb charge combos. I think there's like a couple that are cool in theory, but I never remember to use them. Metroid gear. Yes, I know I'm wasting missiles, but there's a save station right outside. Oh hey. Probably shouldn't waste all of that health though. So oh, dang. And I don't think I actually saved at the nearest one, but it wasn't too far. Oh well, should have paid a little more attention. That's only 2 game overs so far. Not too bad. Camtasia Studio is okay as editing stuff. I can't really recommend Camtasia. Like, Camtasia Studio is meant for very specific things, and gaming videos is not actually one of them, even though it works pretty dang well for it. It was pretty popular for that use for a while. I use Sony Movie Studio Platinum, which is a lot cheaper. I think it's $80 normally, and I got it for like 60 or maybe even less on Steam. The Steam one has it has the standard Steam DRM limitations, which aren't a problem for games, but like if I wanted to open 2 instances on 2 computers that I own, I actually have to have one of them be in offline mode of Steam, which really kind of sucks for an editing program. I don't usually have to have multiple PCs editing, but it's still an annoying limitation. And you also have to do an annoying workaround to open multiple windows, which is something I do a lot, because I tend to edit like, you know, 3 or 4 YouTube videos at once, you know, so that I can leave them encoding. Oh, come on. Oh, you got it for 30 bucks? Yeah, I saw it on Amazon, but it was full price, and I saw it on sale on Steam, and I'm just like, you know what? I'll go with the Steam version. And for better or worse, I now know that I've spent over 300 hours editing videos. I mean, that also includes time spent just leaving it with encoding. But if you don't know, on the Steam version of Movie Studio, if you explore a project from the Explorer, if you right-click and I think it's like Explore Source Project or Edit Source Project, it'll actually open a second window. So you can use multiple windows in that software, even on the Steam version. I probably would have like had to ask for a refund if that weren't possible. Oh, no, give health. How get? How? Oh, it's an older version. It would probably be. Excuse you. Excuse all of you. Being very rude. I figured. Alright. Alright, give me this. Oh hey, I'll take that too. Oh, huh? First of all, how dare you? Okay. Imagine how dumb. I like how that just barely fits in the stream, in the chat thing, so I don't have to read it. Slightly less work for me. I can get this dumb thing, but more importantly, I want that health. No! No! Nope. Okay. Crisis averted. Oh god! Crisis. Secondary crisis averted. Okay. Ah, here we go. Aw, yes. Motherfucking. I can't believe Metroid is a girl. Let's get out of here. This music sounds very primey with the chanting. My official stance is that I will not encourage or complain about posting of said torrents. I'm not gonna link to it myself, just so the video doesn't get taken down. Oh, hello. But, in my opinion, it is a fan project that deserves to live. I'm quite glad that there are, in fact, ways for people to get them. They're free to get it. I need that sweet... Oh, it's the power bomb, isn't it? I already know. Excuse me? Excuse me? Mr. Computer Man, turn on. Turn on, open the doors. Open the pod bay doors, Hal! Okay, what's the deal? Ah, that's the deal. This is not going in the right direction. This is going in the opposite of the right direction. What is that? What's it mean? I turn on the reactor and a bunch of mean things are gonna try to eat my face, aren't they? Doors, please. Doors. Doors! Why are you so rude? Oh. You gotta power bomb the thinger dinger. Opens up. I see it. I sure have a lot of energy in my suit. We can have a rave party? The immense tower houses a weapons R&D facility. Robots patrolling within combat drones are equipped with weapon prototypes with advanced shield plating. They possess superior AI and are programmed to fire at any living target, keeping the tower sterilized of organic matter very efficiently. Proceed with caution. Oh, this is a boss fight. My mic got really low? Are you sure? It looks alright from here. I can turn it up slightly. I might have just been reading quietly. Am I alright now? This is a rave party. Also, I'm surprised. Okay, this is the stuff that's gonna try to kill me. Okay. Oh, look at those sparks! Am I being heard now? I'm not sure if the 15 seconds or whatever has passed. It's a little bit low on your end. You've got speakers turned up all the way. Huh. That's weird. Nothing should have changed. Weird. Let me investigate briefly. Yeah, it looks alright on my end. I'm not sure if OBS would change a thing. Anyone else confirm how my mic sounds? What? I think I'm going the wrong way. You can just stay under that. Ah. Yeah, because I've got a mic readout, and it looks fine from here. It is Hal! Hey, buddy! Daisy, Daisy. The unit performs 360-degree live fire tests of prototype weapons. Scans indicate the exterior armor is resistant to beam weaponry. Well, you upset Moobot. I haven't set up Moobot. I didn't think he would get upset at Lennyface. I might have to add an exception for that. I hope he doesn't, like... Hopefully that's a timeout at worst, or... I'm not sure how MoveBot works, honestly. I just set it up, like, with the defaults. Auto repair systems in the cannons can mend all damage within seconds. Schematics reveal these systems were applied to earlier models, cannons being exposed to exceedingly violent tests. Similar to your powered suit, the unit's modular design allows for the addition and removal of equipment. Is that thing in your upper left that posts to Twitch and YouTube? That's a part of Restreamio. So Restreamio has 3 different features. One is just that you stream to Restreamio and they stream to Twitch and YouTube for you. Another is that it'll set, at least on Twitch and YouTube and Hitbox, you can set your stream titles all from one place, so that streamlines things a lot. And it also has a chat thing, so it gathers your chat from all of the different channels into one, so you can display it on stream without, you know, convolutedness. And so I can also read it without looking at 2 chats. Alright, so what's... Oh, rockets. Got it. Air missiles. It's obviously a lot of difference between the 2. Not sure why I was going forward there. I wasn't pressing forward. So we gotta break the shell of the thinger-dinger. I think a lot of people just don't know about it. I hadn't heard of it until I started using it. In fact, I think I was specifically looking for things that would let me stream to both YouTube and Twitch at the time. That's the only reason I found it. Yeah, I really like it, and I recommend checking it out. It's free, so I mean, not much harm in checking it out anyway. Moobot's in cahoots with Hal. Come on, break it, break it. No, 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 no. Yes. Okay. Oops. I'm so good at wasting these super missiles. I keep thinking I'm switching out of the missiles. What do? Oh, you can shoot those. Good to know. Do not touch Willie. Good advice. Can't tell if I'm supposed to just break all of the guns off of it. Oh no, you can't hurt the core. Okay. I still love Metroid, but honestly, most of the bosses are just figure out, like, the slightly arcane way of damaging the boss, and almost no actual challenge after that. There's some alright boss fights like Dragon and stuff, but generally speaking, 2D Metroids, the boss fights are not their strength. Which is something that RabiRibi does really well. If you're not a fan of Bullet Hell, maybe you'll want to play that on easy, but the boss fights are pretty fun in my opinion. I happen to really enjoy Bullet Hell stuff, but there's an easy mode, like I said. There you go. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, dude. I'm half free. Etc. I don't care. Just let me in. Give me them power bombs. I already know what they are. Metroid itself wouldn't work as a bullet hell, yeah, but RabiRibi makes it work really well. Great game. But that'll be on YouTube. Hopefully soonish. I have a bunch of different games I need to get back to, though. Oh. Hello, Plasma Beam. I want to see my... So we have all but 2 things. Really enjoyed the boss fights in RabiRibi. Problem is getting used to the bunny amulet. Yeah, I still don't have the hang of the bunny amulet. I just kind of use it whenever I'm vaguely in trouble. So I'm missing Ice Beam, I assume. And I have no idea what else. Oh, you can... It's one of the ones where you can disable the features. Nintendo wanted to make it impossible to get the remake, but fortunately they were a little too late for that. This is a pretty cool remix. Wait, so how do I get out of here? It slightly reminds me of one of the techno-style tracks in Unreal. Yeah, it was kind of cool in Super Metroid, even though it was basically never a reasonable thing to do. You never use it? I think it gives you invincibility frames, and I forget what else. Speaking of RabiRibi, does the dash have invincibility frames? I've used it sometimes and it feels like it does, and then sometimes it doesn't seem like it works, actually. Wait, what is this? What is this malarkey? Ah. It says there's a secret. Ah, okay, never mind. Not worth it. Holy crap, that thing hurt. Was that from one hit? The dash has some iframes. That's the... What's that? It's a power bomb door, I guess. What the heck are ding dang power bombs? Oh, I just realized this is a Shozo installation because of the bird head things. I thought those looked funny. I thought it was supposed to be a human thing at first. But man, this remake adds a lot. Like I can't imagine that the little bit with the bunny roll has projectile iframes. The bunny roll, is that the rolling hammer attack? Ow. Oh, for Pete's sake, stop. Ah, I'm so good at this. Oh, come on, that was right at its belly. Oh yeah, that's another thing. If you haven't played the original Metroid 2, Samus is gargantuan, like taking up like an eighth of the screen or something crazy. It's part of the reason it's so easy to get lost is simply because it is so hard to see more than like a few tiles in any direction. Yeah, we gotta remember to not run out of shots. Yeah, I think you'll find OBS to be pretty great, especially if you're going off of a reversion. Oh, come on. There you go. Yeah, it was a jerk. Alright. I think we'll peek at the next area, and then I'll probably call it a video, or call it a day. I wonder if the stuff outside will drain. This game has vibration. I just noticed that. I've played so many AAA games on PC that even advertise vibration, and it never friggin' works. And this game of all games has vibration. And yeah, I'm really hoping I hit the 10K on YouTube this year. I was very much on track, and then YouTube decided to, like, they changed the algorithm for purging accounts, and removed 250 of my subscribers. So that set me back a couple months. But if I'm lucky, I'll still get to 10K. Yes, there was a great YouTube purge, though. Could have been worse. I'd really love to get over 10K. I've been a teeny bit frustrated, I'll admit, with the growth of the channel and Twitch and stuff, but oh, thanks. I don't know, I'll just keep doing what I do. I play a lot of obscure stuff, and I realize that's not, you know, always the easiest to get, you know, first-time views on, but I think my channel provides, you know, a lot of stuff you can't get on, you know, other channels. That's kind of the point. And I'd rather be an interesting channel with a bit less views than, you know, something really big that plays a bunch of games I don't really, either that I don't enjoy or that people already know about. I want to show people cool new things. I want to show people stuff like this. Stuff like Rabby Ribby that, you know, people might enjoy but they haven't heard of. I'm glad you like it. I think part of it is my fault though. Like I haven't really made it super clear. Like I've been trying to brand, like use my YouTube banner and stuff to sort of show that, hey, I play cool, weird games that, you know, you might not have heard of, but you might want to check out. I'm glad to know some of you do look and try to find, you know, find new games to play. I play a lot of free stuff that you can try out in like a half hour. And one thing I've been thinking of doing, like, it's a little hard to hunt for views, you know, when you know, do something out of the box like that. But one thing I've been thinking of doing is having, like, you know, people love their listicles. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of stuff, but I was thinking I could do like you know, 10 cool games you can play within a half hour or something, or, oh, that is so useful. You traveled just fast enough. Yeah, I was very suspicious of, like, I was wondering if, like, RhythmJigoku was made by Platinate Dispositive, or, like, as a fan, like, thing, or, no, totally unrelated, but, there's at least 2 Bunny Girl Metroidvanias out there. Yeah, I don't get the webcam thing. I find it very reassuring that almost nobody on Vinesauce, at least nobody that I watch, do that. Another funny thing is that the artists for RhythmJigoku is the same people. Oh, they are the same people who made Nekopara? Nekopara got figures. I wish they would make RhythmJigoku figures. Nekopara, I saw on Twitter somebody had posted one of the not safe for work pictures on that, and it's not that it's a porn game, it's that the dialogue, it had the whole oh no, I'm defiled trope, and it's like, ugh, can we please stop being sex negative with the porn games? I mean, of all the things to be sex negative, a porn game, how do you even do that? That's baffling. Anyway, slightly off topic. Power plant. This geothermal plant generates the power to run all the other facilities in the cave complex. Water from the hydro station is injected into the system using insulated pipes. Sophisticated turbines use the heat of the local environment, being extremely efficient with minimal loss of water. Massive amount of energy produced is stored in isolated arrays of power cells. One of these has lost some structural integrity, and significant change in temperature could overload it. There's some outliers that don't do mainstream or Scream and still find success. Usually takes a lot longer. Yeah, my channel's been going for 7 years and we're about 10k subscribers. It's frankly fairly random. Yeah, I'm glad that the Nekopara artists end up doing RhythmJigoku instead, because, well, I mean, in addition, I guess. Good art, but I don't really... Oh, is that why is that why there's a chocolate and vanilla cat in the game? I thought that was a little suspicious. They have good art, but I don't think I could play the Nekopara game. Oop. I thought I unequipped something. It was just my power suit. Power bombs, finally. Parky. Oh, am I supposed to power bomb here? There you go. Uh-oh. We've activated an escape sequence. Oh, and there's my power bomb. Did not mean to use that. RhythmJigoku has some cheesecake stuff. It doesn't seem to go too far. Like, it doesn't do the stuff I don't like, really. I can deal with humor and, like, I can deal with pervy stuff that isn't, like, super gross and, like, degrading. Oh, hello! Oh, I love the penetration damage from the plasma shots. Sensors on its heads provide it with accurate aim. However, the alloy coating is weakened over time, along with the arm and track sections. Attacking these parts may grant you tactical advantages. Hardware scans reveal this tank must be mass-produced. Originally, it's remote-controlled, but basic AI is now active due to a lack of commands. Gotcha. Oh, are you doing the Crocomire thing to me? You trying to Crocomire me, bro? I don't take it. I don't take kindly to that. Oh, you can damage the treads. Okay. Now I kind of feel sorry for it, honestly. Poor bird thing. Alright, I'll take those. Aw, no power bombs. Probably don't want to use that save station right now. That's why that room was empty. Aw, come on. I hate when you have to do a jump right at a room transition. Excuse me. Aw, come on. That's just rude. Aw, seriously? Yeah, I still plan to keep doing, you know, the cool, unusual stuff and lots of you know, unique games. I do want to like make the channel a bit more shareable though, and that's what I'll probably go ahead and do the, you know, do some. I hate to call them top 10. I can never pick favorites, but I'll probably do some videos of like, you know, 10 easily consumed games. You know, whatever purpose. Eh. Okay. Well, it's mostly that there was a boss in the middle of it, I guess. Doesn't seem too inordinate for an escape sequence. Uh-oh. What are we doing here? Ah. Wait. Did I not shoot that? I could have sworn I shot that. Feel stupid now. Alright, we'll probably call it quits after this escape sequence. You gotta have the escape sequence. Ah, come on. Okay. Yeah, so that's why some of the doors were locked and stuff. Oh. That's one way to go through. Okie doke. Wonder how many Metroids are left. Oh god, it's going faster. That's... What are you doing? Don't do that. Nobody's got time for that. You can't do that. Stop. Okay, it was just trying to add drama. It added like 5 seconds. Like, it advanced like way fast for a few seconds. Oh, come on. What? Oh, come on. No. Oh, I do not like the spider ball. I do not like it with green eggs and ham. I do not like it with a boat. I do not like it on a goat. Alright, please. Alright, 2 more rooms. We can do this. Oh, come on. The airlocks. Are you game. You're doing this for drum, aren't you, game? I see what you're doing there. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh. That was cheap. That was cheap, game. I'm calling you on that one. Also, don't have... I'm sure there... Yeah, there was a power bomb thing. That was cheap. Oh well. I'm so glad that thing wasn't an enemy, because I could have died if it was. Alright. So that... A lot of games do that, like, they'll sort of, you know, there is a real death timer in the escape sequences, but, you know, it sort of reacts a bit to what you do, and, you know, the explosion is always at the right dramatic time, no matter what. Alright, before I destroy my voice too much, I'll go ahead and call that quits. I'll probably... Let's see how many Metroids we got. 20, 29. I'm hoping that we will... Wow. This is a lot bigger than I ever thought Metroid 2 would be. Also, this is also a lot more linear than I thought. But I guess that makes sense because of the whole map situation. Yeah, I'll probably finish this up tomorrow, and if not, I'll try to, you know, finish it up the day after, and so on. Also, I'm going to be streaming Kirby's Dream Land 2 on Saturday at... Or no, Sunday, I think. Yeah, Sunday at 6 Central, which is 6 p.m. for my time is 2 hours ago. Time zones are fun. Video output low? What is this crap? Oh, I dropped a few frames. Funny, because I'm just sitting here idly. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new around here, don't forget to follow or subscribe on Twitch and or YouTube. I have a lot of VODs, so don't, like, if you follow only on YouTube, you're not getting the full tap experience, TM. But Yeah, next time, like tomorrow at like pretty much when I get off work, which is like 5:30 Central, is probably when I'll start streaming. You know, same time I streamed this. So yeah, I really wanted to, you know, I was really interested in this before the DMC shenanigans, and now, you know, it's, you know, doing my small part to help keep the game preserved too. So yeah, I'll definitely try and do a full playthrough of this. Well, not try. It's easy. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I never know how to end these things. I'm